first concert I went to is Hall & Oates. Okay.
Yo.
First concert. Played in Norman, Oklahoma. And their album, I don't know, remember the name of the album. It had the song Out of Touch on it. That album was I listened to a Walkman. I think it was like 1984. And that was like one of the greatest moments of my life was listening to Hall & Oates on the playground on a Walkman and just like walking around the playground. And, you know, like who cares? But that was like the first time that ever happened to me. And it was so amazing. It was like the most amazing experience of my life. One of them.
You know, that this isn't really an 80s thing, but it's an interesting thing. You know, there's always some music that will appeal to you that doesn't appeal to the general public, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, more than just like, I listen to a lot of like little bands that nobody else knows, and, you know, but specifically like, talking about like music nostalgia. For me, 90s Metallica, like Load and Reload, which are two albums that even Metallica fans hate.
Yeah.
You know? And I love those albums, and they mean so much to me because that was, you know, same thing. I was a little kid on the playground on the swing singing Fuel, and
yeah,
you know,
that's a powerful, you know, because when you're a kid at that age, you're not judgmental because you're not really comparing it to anything else. You're accepting it for what it is, and it's also at that age things are so much more magnified. Like they have a deeper resonance with you. And so like those particular albums, like that's when I was a very astute Metallica fan. And I was dying for those albums to come out because I love the Black Album. And so when Load came out, I was pissed, you know, I was out. I was so out. I was like, no, you know, because I liked, you know, like I start off with, okay, I was in high school, so I was a different mental place. Mm-hmm. So when the Black Album comes out, which is one of the greatest albums of all time, period, it just is. I know you know, everybody has their dispute. Those songs are unlike any other songs ever written, and it's just a weird record where there's some real magic being heard. But that's the album that got me into Metallica, and of course I go backwards in time with Metallica, and so I become more of a fan of what they had done. So when they go to Load, they're kind of going further into the Black, but being influenced by grunge music, and so they don't do guitar solos. You know, their songs are shorter. You know, they're songs. And so I was let down by what came after it because of where I was at the time. But, I mean, what you're saying about albums that you really connect with that nobody else likes, I have them. I have all kinds of stuff like that. And for me, it's all stuff in the 80s. Stuff in the 80s that hits that bone, you know.
Nice.